Hello and good evening, everyone. Thank you so very much again for joining us on a Tech Talk Tuesday, the creative class. We hope to take you on a roller coaster ride to have your creative juices flowing. And today we are two of us who are going to present. You very well know Shelly Sachdev. She's a consultant and a workshop leader, and that's her Twitter handle there. And you know me too, yet I'm Meenakshi Oberoi, and I'm the founding director of T Pedagogics. Shelly, could you please say hello before we move on?
Hi, everybody. It's so good to see all of you here. Thank you so very much for joining in.
We at T Pedagogics believe that when properly channeled, I think creativity in class is like a magic bullet of boredom. It is kinetic and energizing. It makes students more adaptable, a vital quality in a world that is evolving so rapidly and in so many ways. Most educators believe that every child is born creative, but unfortunately, this creativity is often stifled in a school system where teachers are pressured to teach the test or hit the rigid academic goals. When we stop using the creative nature, we can lose sight of dreams we once had. And I'm sure we don't want to do that. Technology supports creativity in the classroom because it is a medium that requires interaction, unlike the one-way participation of an activity like watching TV or listening to teachers, or dare I say, in our own classrooms. When used correctly, technology is a platform that allows students to engage in a meaningful creative activity and explore his or her own potential. It lets them learn with curiosity, collaboration, and collaborative thinking. So what I would tell you today is think left, think right, think low, and think high. Oh, the things that you can think only if you could try. None other than Dr. Seuss. What we are going to do today is we are going to talk about these tools today to you: Live Collage, PowerPoint, using infographics, Canva, Padlet, Paint 3D, Flamingo, and Plumbago and Quizlet. These are some of the tools that we're going to talk about. You must have heard of a few. Not necessarily in this order we're going to talk about it yet. Please, if you're already using these tools, please bear with us. Diving in straight away because there was a huge demand in our WhatsApp group to tell you how we make our creatives for this Tuesday, TikTok Tuesday. Well, here it is. Like I told you there too, we use Live Collage. It's available in both Apple and Android. You could download that. It gives you the freedom of creating the collage with an editor. It has classic mode, poster mode, and a stitch mode. The poster that was created for today's creatives was the option of stitch, where it gives you a very fancy and a very nice border. So I just like it. This app is run by Strikingly, and here's what I did to make that. Simply lifted this image from the web and added Tech Tuesday TikToks, added some text. It gives you the option of some fonts and also the colors. So these are screenshots of how we made it possible, and the creative is right in front of you what came to you. I hope you will try this, and I hope you will enjoy it. PowerPoint has been with us ever since I think we touched the computer, and I don't think we've used it the way Maria has used it. I'm going to keep pushing you links in our text box, though I've already done that in our WhatsApp group. Yet here's the link again for you. There you go. You could use this link. I've just brought you some graphics from there. What I could do is I could take you live to show you how this was made, but I think what we must understand is the kind of shapes that have gone into it. Do you see how simply Maria has used the shapes that are already available to you? Just modify them a little bit, be a little creative with it. You will know what to do. So this sheet is my think sheet and actually encourages me to create something more and something new. At the end, in case we have time, I wouldn't mind going live creating another character for you right here. And Maria's infographics have been used to create storyboards. You can create characters of your own. Little Red Riding Hood has been one of the favorite characters which students have created. So please use these, give them to students, let them create these and bring them back to you. And you could simply, even if you don't have a device in your room, you could simply print it and use it as a puppet in your class. And children like it because they feel it's theirs, because they have made it. So I've just pushed that into the box, and this is another tool that I actually stumbled upon. I wouldn't mind telling you just today. Uh, Lembaga is very interesting because when we make anything, it's like a page that we create. But here's something that's somewhat like a OneNote notebook. This is not a OneNote notebook, but this is a notebook which I can create for myself, and I can keep all my doodling in here. My daughter's a design student, and she has always challenged me to come up with something that is different. And here it is, how to use it. It's a very simple interface. You choose a kind of notebook and the color of the notebook that you want to work in. And there's a radial over here which will help you choose the colors, the pencil options, the brush options, or the highlighting options. There's eraser, and there's a whole palette available to you, the thickness of the pens and everything. And you could be creating out of many templates that are available. Over the next few slides, I'm going to share those with you. To begin with, you can even pull in some pictures that are preloaded with you. You can bring them here, and children can start outlining or tracing them. That gives them stability in their hands, and they know how to use the mouse or the soft pad or even the pen properly in case you're using an inking device. So here are your options. If you have a touch screen, you can even play around with your fingers. You could be using your finger to draw and sketch. So it's a wonderful tool. There are many options that you can explore. Like I said, because my daughter's a design student, I've just picked up a few from her notebook, and I'm sharing them here with you. You can change the settings, you can personalize, you can save this as an image file, or you could even save it as a PDF, and you can just export and just be at the way you want it to be. It's really versatile. And you can, like I've already told you, you can create a notebook. So here are some colors of the notebooks that you can do. All you have to do is you select a color, and you can even put a picture on the cover to make it very yours. So just like students carry their own portfolios, so maybe grade 6 onwards can have their own e-drawing portfolios using this tool. So this tool is free of cost and is available in your Windows Store. So please go ahead and download it. And these are some of the things that our students have created using this tool. So yeah, they love doing this. They love having fun with this. So I hope you also do that. And Shelly very rightly said, please keep posting your questions here. Our eye is on the chat box today. I think I'm going to take some time in going online with Padlet with you today, because that's something that will engage you. But before that, I think I should give it over to Shelly, who's going to introduce another tool to you, which is called Quizlet. So Shelly, the floor is all yours. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Meenakshi. I'm going to, actually, I'm already feeling too excited, Meenakshi, with such versatile tools and that you've shown just now, and I'm already very excited to use them in my classroom. You would also like to try with Quizlet. The web link is over here on the screen. It's www.quizlet.com, and Meenakshi has just posted that in the chat window as well. So it's an amazing tool which creatively organizes your content. So this is a content creation platform basically, where you actually create your study sets for your children to revise and to test their prior knowledge and all of that. And Quizlet automatically organizes your complete content into different ways and games and multiple choice questions and some questions where they can write and spell and all of that. So the first thing that you need to do is that you need to sign up on Quizlet. You can even, in fact, use a Google sign-in or a Facebook sign-in, and you get inside Quizlet. Either you can create your own content, or otherwise there are many educators all over the world who have made their content available on Quizlet. So if in case you like something created by some other educator on any subject, you can in fact import it easily inside your own classroom and your students can use it. So if you see on my screen right now, it says create your own Quizlet. So after you sign in, the first thing that you need to do is you create a class. That's your first step towards it. You create a class, and then it's going to generate a link of your class, which I've highlighted in my PowerPoint here as number 2. So you can share this link with your students, and with this link they can easily join Quizlet and they can be a part of your class. After that, the last step, the easiest step that you have to do is to create your own study set. So if you see on my screen, what you can do is that you can upload an image and you can label it with different terms and definitions. Now the example here that I have shown you is that I've tried to create a study set on earthquakes. Now earthquakes is an important topic and it has some very difficult terminologies and definitions. So I've created this study set so that my students can easily remember and revise those terms and definitions. So I can easily upload an image of an earthquake and I can label parts of it, such as epicenter, seismic waves, and all of these terms that I want my students to remember. Now, the best part here is that you can easily import your content from Word, Excel, or Google Docs also. If you want to create it here right away, you can do that. Otherwise, importing is also possible. And also, if you want to use your own definitions, that's possible. But if you want Google or Bing or any other search engine to auto-define the terms, even that feature is available, right? So moving on to the next slide, where I have uploaded an image of an earthquake, and if you can see on my screen, I have tried to write a definition for epicenter. So what I have to do is I have to just upload a picture and label the different terms and definitions. And as soon as I add this content, it will be available in 7 different ways in my Quizlet. I don't have to do anything. I have just uploaded a picture with the terms and definitions, and that is it. Now it's Quizlet's job to organize it in different 7 creative manners. So it creates flashcards. Your students can write the definitions. They can even spell. They can even listen to the definitions and those terminology so that their spellings can also become strong. And they can actually take up different games. They can take mix and match where they have to match a term with a definition and stuff like that. So it's a very creative way of organizing your own content, right? So that is about Quizlet, and I would really urge you to try and explore it on your own, and please come back to us if you have any doubts regarding this tool. Meenakshi, is the slide not available or something like that?
Shelly, the slide is very much available. I think it's a bandwidth issue. Anyway, the PowerPoint is available in the contents area. You may please download that.
Okay, sure. So I'll move on to the next tool, which is Canva, right? Yeah. So thank you. So the next tool that I'm going to demonstrate or just talk about it is Canva, and Meenakshi has just posted a link out here, which is www.canva.com. Now this is an amazing presentation tool. You've been using Sway and PowerPoint mostly, and in fact OneNote also is a very great presentation tool. But here is one more tool, which is Canva, which has amazing graphics and templates which are readily available for you to choose from. So even if you are designing a book cover page, if you're designing a social media page, if you want to have a presentation or anything, wonderful HD high definition templates are available for you to use, and you just have to choose from it and you can start working on it. So there are a lot of other features also available in this, like a lot of font types and layouts are available for you to choose from. In fact, if you've used Adobe Photoshop, there are some features such as those are really difficult to manage in Photoshop. But here in Canva, these features are so easily available. By the click of a button, you can actually set the transfer. You can create a mail.
Shelly, your voice is breaking.
On your presentation slide, you have
Shelly,
lines, illustrations.
Shelly, your voice is breaking. Shelly,
Is it?
yeah.
Yeah. Is it better?
No, Shelly, not yet.
It's clear. I was just explaining you that there can be Uh,
Yeah, go on, please.
I'm just trying to post it in. Yeah. Applications are available for you to simply import them inside your presentation. So that is what you can do with Canva, and even are just wonderfully well. So the end, it's very easy, just like the next tool, which is Paint 3D. Okay, Paint 3D is available to you for Windows 10, and you can download it from the Windows Store. And it is something which is a refresher of the normal Paint that was available in Microsoft. There were no 3D features available earlier, but now in Paint 3D you can have a lot of 3D features also available for your students. So even if you are an artist, a fashion designer, or you want to just play around with the graphics, I think Paint 3D is a very good software that you can use with your students, or you can yourself use it. There are some really nice brush effects, such as if you want a matte kind of an effect, or a glossy effect, or if you want the text or the drawing to look like a metallic effect. So all of those effects are also possible as there in my PowerPoint presentation, and we will share the PPT also with you later on. It has complete illustrations of what I'm talking about right now. You can create a lot of these what do you say, the figures and images and cartoons, and you can choose from a variety of brushes and colors which are available. You can in fact add smileys and stickers on your objects and stuff. So this is extremely helpful for students with primary and even middle years who want to try art. So on my PowerPoint, I do have a picture of a designer who's trying to create a nice dress for a fashion designing project. So even that could be done.
Well, thank you,
Right?
Shali. I
You can
think
create.
this is going to be especially useful for my daughter. So thank you for
Yeah.
introducing this.
Thank you, Meenakshi. And this was it. I think the teacher should explore it. I mean, you can in fact create things and scenes. And just one idea, I was thinking that when English teachers are narrating a novel or something, or when they're studying a story, it'll be a good idea to just tell them to paint a scene or create a scene of a novel on Paint 3D and look at it in a 3D format. So it'll be a wonderful activity to be done in the class.
Yes, I completely agree because not every child in the class will be very fond of reading novels. So this is another way of making them read because let them read to understand what the plot is, what the scenario is, and let them recreate that scene. So that really, really helps a child to bring in more creativity over there and to force that child to read. We are always open for question and answers, and we'll take you back to the slide where we are. Actually going to do the Padlet. What I'm going to do is I have shared the link to the Padlet. I'm going to share my screen now. This is engaging you in a different way today in a live webinar. I'm going to start presenting my desktop and I want to take you to the Padlet that we have created. What I would want you to do is I want you to access this link and come to this Padlet, this page. Padlet.com is the URL for this very tool, and it's a very, very simple and creative tool. People use it in many, many ways. And you can simply just double click anywhere and start working on the screen, and we'll have your comments. Ideally, what I do is I like just like in RPD sessions. Can you see our screen, Shelly? Shelly, can you see the screen?
Yeah, Meenakshi, I'm able to see your screen, right?
Excellent. Oh yeah,
It's
see
just
here
that
we have people.
it's trying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what ideally I've used this in my classes whenever we have some YouTube videos to show normally children take their own time absorbing and grasping the concept that we're trying to talk to them about, and they necessarily might not, be able to understand in the given time. Therefore, we make a Padlet available to them as a homework so that they pre-prepare. So this is also like flipping the classroom or using a blended classroom model where you make available your video. I ask people to view this video and then respond to what do they think they can define creativity as. This is Sir Ken Robinson defining creativity for us. So here's a thought trigger for you. I would really appreciate it that if we could keep this Padlet page alive and you could bring in more responses here. As you keep bringing in more responses, let's go to Padlet to show you a few more examples because this is a wonderful tool which I found very, very important in my class at least because it has given me wonderful results. It really engages children like anything. You can even do a KWL on it, and this is a beautifully done KWL on what do we know about giraffes, what do you want to know about giraffes, and what have you learned about giraffes. So you could keep this Padlet alive throughout your unit. So here you can keep throwing questions, and children can keep adding questions. It's as simple as you just have to add a question here. um, if I want to, let's say I'm writing, if I want to touch a giraffe, where shall I go? If I want to touch this animal, where should I go? So, this is the way I'm going to type, and I'll know my student has typed, or, I can type my name over there. Actually, I think I've typed in the wrong name. Yes, I should have actually typed it here, and it's good to give your name here. Let's say I give my name over here. So this has actually become an interactive board, and this board just grows as my plan goes. So it's a wonderful place to be. I would encourage each and every one of you to use this in your classroom, especially the ones who use YouTube a lot. I would say please use because it's important for us to know what's going on in our students' mind while they watch these videos. They might not talk to you in the class all the time, but you get to hear or you get to read very valuable comments over here. So yeah, thank you so very much. I'm going to stop presenting this and I'm going to take you back to our session, and we are almost at the tail end of the session. We have been on a roller coaster ride today, and we have introduced many tools to you. I hope you've been able to catch up, and we are open to questions. Any questions from you, we are happy to answer. Another 5 to 7 minutes to go, so yeah, we are happy to answer. But before that, I must tell you, I have to put this in here because I was like super impressed. Josephine has done a wonderful job. Yeah, Josephine, you're here, so shout out to you for doing that wonderful job on using Excel. So she used an Excel sheet for pixel drawing to create the messages of peace. And Josephine, it'll be really great if you could actually share something in this forum or with people here. If you'd want, I can give you the floor. If you can hear me, I can get you into becoming one of the presenters. And Josephine, I'm just going to activate you here, make you a presenter. Unmute yourself to talk if you want to. I've unmuted you too. So, Josephine, are you there? Josephine, are you there? Okay, till she tries to plug in, I think I've just taken her by surprise. I meant to mention this. She has posted this in Yammer. Please do go on Yammer, catch on what she has made because she's made something wonderful, and I just loved it. She has used pixel art in Excel. So how she has used each box for making those and the intricacy with which students have drawn is like totally amazing. So you must hear. And no, Josephine, we cannot hear you. Could you try talking once again? All right.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes, Josephine. There you
Hello.
are. Yes. Hi.
Oh, it's a pleasant surprise. I didn't ask you very much.
I think it's a mention worthy session where we are all just
Thank
together
you.
here. So, Josephine, if you could just very quickly tell us what you did.
Yeah, it just came across to merge ICT and art. So we came up with this idea. I was teaching Excel with the students, the formulas and everything. Then I thought of integrating both. And initially, children found it very difficult to understand conditional formatting and to format it for 10 different colors. But eventually, they picked it up with it. Week 2 and 3, they really enjoyed it. And the topic that was given to them was peace and equalities. So then they came up with beautiful ideas, and I was really stunned to see their creativity. And there are many children who went home and tried as well. So it
Wonderful.
brought out
Thank
a
you
lot of
so very much,
creativity, yes.
Josephine. This was absolutely
And thank you
awesome.
very much. And I have received lots of positive feedback on Facebook and from Microsoft community. Thank you very much for your support, Meenakshi.
I'm
And
sure,
it's a
anytime.
pleasant surprise. Thank you very much.
You're anytime welcome. Well,
Yes.
people, so if you hear a voice within you that says you can't paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. I want to leave you with the thoughts of Steve Jobs. Creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty, just like Josephine did, because they didn't really do it, they just saw something. It seemed obvious to them after a while. Well, we feel that imagination is the beginning of creation. You imagine what you desire, you will what you imagine, and at last you will create what you will. Therefore, please keep your creativity juices flowing. I hope today's session has been helpful and meaningful to you. Have a really nice rest of the evening. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Josephine. Have a really great day. Bye bye. Thank you.